War Eagle! On behalf of the Auburn Alumni Association, welcome to the 2020 Black Alumni Awards ceremony. It is my pleasure to join you online for this incredible celebration. As we all know, 2020 has been an unprecedented year. In addition to the global pandemic, racial and social issues have caused us all to examine our professional and personal lives. This makes tonight's ceremony even more important. The Alumni Association has taken many steps to be more inclusive and thoughtful in our work. This year, the inaugural Black Alumni Council was launched with 10 prominent alumni from 5 states and 7 different Auburn colleges. This talented group represents graduates from 1977 to last year and brings wonderful perspectives to the table. Their efforts will guide the association and the university in future initiatives. Partnering with Auburn's Office of Inclusion and Diversity, the Career Center, and others, we have also increased our diversity offerings to include education in areas like implicit bias. In addition, we have increased our coverage of people of color in our publications and made our compelling alumni stories even easier to find on our website. The university is also taking steps to improve. On June 17th, the Presidential Task Force for Opportunity and Equity was formed to develop recommendations for meaningful change across campus. I am fortunate to be a part of that task force, and we are meeting twice a week and developing actionable new initiatives. Tonight is a celebration of our diversity and the accomplishments of our alumni. The Alumni Association established this awards program in 2016 to recognize alumni who have demonstrated achievements and leaderships in their field of interest. Award recipients are selected based on their history of involvement and commitment to Auburn University. These include working with their respective colleges and schools, involvement in volunteering, fundraising endeavors, and providing philanthropic support. All nominations were made by schools, colleges, and other university units. Congratulations to this year's honorees. It's more important than ever for our voices to be heard and for our successes to be celebrated. 2020 is certainly the year where we all must have a spirit that is not afraid.
Auburn family, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the 2020 Black Alumni Award ceremony on behalf of the Auburn Alumni Board of Directors. 2020 has been one of ebbs and flows for all of us, but through it all, the spirit of Auburn has remained constant. This year has been one of firsts for Auburn, and while we are having many conversations about improving race relations, it is important to note the progress that has already been made. This year, the student body elected the first Black female SGA president. Auburn announced the naming of the first building on campus after an African American, who was also the first Black SGA president. In February, Auburn conferred a master's degree in history for the first Black student to step foot on Auburn's campus, Dr. Harold Franklin. And 2020 was also the year that the Auburn Alumni Association elected its first Black and only second woman as president. This is the role that I will assume this fall. I am both humbled and thankful to be able to serve in this capacity. When I walked on Auburn's campus as a freshman 30 years ago, I never dreamed that I would hold this position one day. But I did know that I was intent on being more than just a number. I also know that since earning both an undergraduate and graduate degree from the College of Engineering at Auburn, I have sought to seek the highest ideals for myself and live up to them with a foundation that was instilled in me by my faith and my parents and reinforced by the Auburn Creed. I hope to continue to carry on their legacy as well as that of Auburn leaders before me. And I know that all 9 of our award winners tonight have lived up to many of these same ideals. While we may have all had different experiences at Auburn, we have one love for our university. Auburn is a special place, a place which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men and women and mutual helpfulness and brings happiness for all, as said in our Auburn Creed. As I serve as your next president of the Auburn Alumni Board of Directors, I hope to do just that. Congratulations to all of tonight's award winners, and War Eagle.
War Eagle, this is certainly a great day in the life of Auburn University. I always like to start that way, even if you're in the middle of a pandemic, but it's still a great day in the life of Auburn University. And I certainly, on behalf of everybody at Auburn, just want to say congratulations to our honorees tonight. This is a very special night, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be here with you. You know, starting in January, 9 months ago, we spent almost every waking hour, it seems like, focusing on the pandemic. And I have to tell you that I saw a little cartoon in which one little cartoon character said, you know, with a pandemic, you ought to just take it one day at a time. But the other little character said, no, I've decided to just take it half a day at the time. And so that's sort of what we've been trying to do. I do want to mention to you that back in the spring, one of our academic departments brought an individual back to campus that had really been discriminated against many, many years ago. His name was Harold Franklin. And we went through an entire process. He had oral exams. And this summer, he was actually awarded an earned master's degree. I should point out that in 2001, Auburn University awarded him the highest degree that we offer, and that is an honorary doctorate degree. But I'm very proud of that department for correcting something that was not done appropriately many years ago. In early June, with the murder of George Floyd, I think it caused all of us to come back, reflect, and think about what we have done, what we need to do. And I just can tell you that you're so important to all the efforts that we make. One of the areas that we looked in, and I think most of you are aware that Auburn has offices and programs in every county in the state. It's through the Alabama Cooperative Extension System. You may not know that is run jointly with Alabama A&M. And when we looked at some of their activities, I wanted to share it with you. 34,000 of the kids in the 4-H programs are African American kids that we work with on a weekly basis. Most of the expanded food and nutrition programs that we undertake are with African American families. And we see that as a great opportunity for us to expand and grow and do even a better job than we have done. When we looked internally at the university, we realized there were other things that we really needed to do. One had to do with student recruitment. And I have to give a lot of credit to Joffrey Gaiman, our Vice President for Enrollment Services. She's gone out in her really first year here and really done a remarkable job. Our African American applications were up about 15%, and our draw rate is about 7.5%. So about 50% of the kids that we admitted actually enrolled at Auburn. That may not sound great to you, but Harvard University has a 57% draw rate. And so today kids apply for multiple schools. They have an opportunity to go to a variety of places, but Joffrey's done a great job. One of the expansions that we've made through one of the task forces is that we're going to award scholarships to all Victorians and salutatorians from every high school in the state that has more than 50 kids. So trying to work in that area, more scholarships, more financial aid, more support. Currently, about 80% of our African American students on campus are on scholarships. But we still have need for greater numbers, and we have need for more scholarship support. So a lot of efforts in that area, a lot of efforts in training to try to improve our understanding on campus among all students and all employees of the university. So works are underway to do that. I'd give the Board of Trustees a real star in the last couple of months. They've acted on several things that I think will be important to you. Number one, in July, they actually approved the Pan-Hellenic Legacy Plaza area to go in front of our new science complex, which honors the 9 national black fraternities and sororities. And so we're excited about that. All of those fraternities and sororities have participated at Auburn over the years. So we're excited about that particular initiative. Another initiative that was just announced by them in September was the naming of the Student Center. And it couldn't go to a more deserving candidate, an individual that was the first president of the student body at Auburn, Harold Melton, who's currently the Chief Justice of the Georgia Supreme Court. So we're awfully proud of that particular move. Another thing that they did, which I found interesting, Auburn has about 35,000 acres of land throughout the state of Alabama. And so we wanted to know if we had any distasteful monuments or markers or whatever. And so they actually went through the effort to try to screen and look at all 35 acres. Now, much of it's timberland, so that didn't take long, but we did find one marker down in Baldwin County that's a part of the state's Civil War Trail, in which it says this is an area where Union encampment occurred. So far, that's the only monument as such that we've been able to find, but they continue to work, and so we're excited about the things that they are doing as well as the things that we're trying to do internally. We need your help. Let me just simply close by saying to the honorees, a poem that I particularly enjoy is by Longworth, and it's entitled The Builders. And there's one line in that poem that to me just really says it all. It says, "All are architects of fate, working in these halls of time, some with massive deeds and great." And to our honorees tonight, we salute you. Massive deeds and great. We appreciate you. We need you all. Hope you have a great evening tonight. Thank you.
War Eagle, I'm Alan Green, Director of Athletics at Auburn University. On behalf of the 550 student athletes who proudly wear the orange and blue while competing for 21 Auburn teams, it's my distinct privilege to be part of Black Alumni Week 2020 and the Black Alumni Awards ceremony. Whether you were one of the groundbreakers and trailblazers in the 1960s, like Harold Franklin and Josetta Britton Matthews, all the way up to the class of 2020, you have made Auburn better by your pride, participation, and perseverance. At Auburn Athletics, our vision is simple: to raise the profile of Auburn University through excellence in intercollegiate athletics. Our purpose is to educate, support, and develop our student athletes at every moment, to create Auburn men and Auburn women. That is our North Star. It's what motivates us each day. So rest your head on the pillow each night, knowing that your school is an everything school. I'm honored to serve, and I'm humbled by our student athletes during these past 6 months. I've been especially proud of our student athletes of color. I've listened to them express the pain they feel when they see repeated examples of racial injustice. I've heard them share stories of how they and their families have been affected by systemic inequities. I'm proud of how our coaches and staff have supported our student athletes, especially our Black student athletes, as we've all worked through these difficult issues. We've had those uncomfortable but necessary conversations. We've sensed an openness and a willingness from many of our non-Black peers to listen, support, and empathize in perhaps a deeper way than ever before. That gives me hope. Our student athletes give me hope. Auburn University, with its determination to lead in matters of diversity, equity, inclusion, should give us all hope. This summer, I commissioned an Auburn Athletics Advisory Task Force on inclusion and race relations. The 20-member team included 5 Auburn student athletes. The task force issued recommendations in 3 areas. Number 1, critical conversations. Number 2, holistic education on historic and current topics. And 3, sustainable actions that support meaningful change. One such item is the Together We Will initiative that we launched this month. When you watch Auburn teams compete this season, you'll see on our uniforms and equipment the Auburn Unity symbol, which represents the oneness we seek to instill on our teams and throughout our campus. We are tremendously grateful to the task force members for giving their time, insights, and perspectives as we seek ways to make everyone on our campus and in our athletics department feel valued, understood, and celebrated. I would also like to express my appreciation to the 10 distinguished alumni who have answered the call to serve on the Auburn Alumni Association's inaugural Black Alumni Council, including Linwood Moore, class of '77, Auburn's first Black cheerleader. I look forward to next year's Black Alumni Weekend when hopefully we're able to be together and break bread in person. We want to celebrate this profound impact that each of you has contributed to Auburn University. In the meantime, let's make the most of our virtual time together this week and congratulate the Black alumni that we celebrate tonight for their incredible achievements. Thank you for helping us fulfill our vision and our purpose. Thank you for believing in Auburn and loving it. War Eagle.
Good evening. I want to thank all of you for coming together tonight to join us for Black Alumni Week 2020 and tonight's awards ceremony. Growing up in Clanton, Alabama, I had a childhood tainted by abuse and very difficult challenges. I never thought I'd be here today as a successful lawyer, motivational speaker, and member of the Auburn University Board of Trustees. As a student, the Auburn community lifted me up and opened doors for me and my family. It was also where I met my husband, Tony. Those opportunities continue today through my daughter, Ada Ruth Huntley, who this year became the first African-American female SGA president. I'm so proud of her and where she is headed as a leader and a Black woman. But I know that not every person of color has had the same experience at Auburn as I have. So I'm committed to making Auburn more welcoming and diverse for all members of the community. I'm honored to serve on a task force addressing the renaming of buildings and spaces on campus. This has led to 2 recent announcements. One is a building of the National Panhellenic Council Legacy Plaza that commemorates the historic 9 Black Auburn fraternities and sororities, 5 of which are currently active on Auburn's campus. Auburn will be the second SEC school with a Legacy Plaza. The second is the naming of the Student Center at Auburn University in honor of Chief Justice of the Georgia Supreme Court, Harold D. Melton. I'm proud of these developments, and I know they will bring overdue publicity to the great contributions of African Americans on Auburn's campus and beyond, just like our award winners tonight. All of tonight's honorees were nominated by their school, college, or division for demonstrating achievements and leaderships in their chosen field of interest or career. All of tonight's honorees have a history of commitment and involvement to Auburn University, ranging from volunteering and fundraising endeavors to providing personal financial support and beyond. It is my pleasure to begin the awards portion of the evening by announcing our award nominees. Simona Black, nominated by the School of Nursing. Colonel Simona Black is a 1994 graduate of the Auburn University School of Nursing with more than 25 years of military nursing and healthcare experience. She has served both domestic and abroad, most recently serving as the Command Inspector General at Regional Health Command in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and is responsible for nursing, education, and leadership presentations. Colonel Black has a long history of advocating for positive work environments and investment in tomorrow's leaders during her career, and was recognized as the Fort Hood Nurse of the Quarter, 2-time Meritorious Service Medal honoree, the Army Commendation Medal, and the Defense Meritorious Service Medal. She is a member of the Army Nurse Corps Association, Girl Scouts of America, the American Nurses Association, and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Hi, I am Dr. Simona Black, and I am pleased, honored, and humbled to accept this award and to join the past recipients. I owe a very special thanks to the Auburn Alumni Association and to the School of Nursing for nominating me. I give an enormous salute to all of this year's nominees. I would not be here if it were not for my family, who supported my decision to leave California and come to Auburn. Thank you for believing in me. With that, I thank my extended family and friends and my sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated who took care of me far away from home. Dr. Kate Jackson and Dr. Constance Hendricks, thank you for encouraging me and supporting me when things got hard and I wanted to quit. But I vividly remember when Dr. Kate Jackson returned to the School of Nursing from the Gulf War my senior year, and we immediately bonded. She shared with me her experiences and adventures as an Army Nurse Corps officer, and thus opened my eyes to the possibilities as a nurse. As a result, Dr. Kate Jackson is the reason why I joined the Army Nurse Corps and have had the chance to know other cultures and be introduced to a larger community. More importantly, I've had the opportunity to take care of the men and women in the armed forces for over 26 years. Auburn is where the trajectory began for where I am today, and I am most appreciative. War Eagle.
Dr. Randy Bradley, nominated by the Raymond J. Harbert College of Business. Randy V. Bradley is a 1997 graduate of the Raymond J. Harbert College of Business and a supply chain and IT strategist with nearly 25 years of industry experience, providing guidance on leveraging emerging tech, digital business transformation, supply chain digitization, and the strategic application of analytics. Dr. Bradley is the co-founder and chief information officer for QLeap Health Inc. and co-founder and director of the Consortium on Disparities in Urologic Conditions, which is on pace to be the largest predominantly African American prostate cancer registry in the world. He is an associate professor of information systems and supply chain management in the Haslam College of Business at the University of Tennessee, and EVP of Digital Transformation for Life Sciences for the Biosupply Management Alliance.
I would like to thank the Harvard College of Business for nominating me for the Black Alumni Award. I would also like to thank the Auburn University Alumni Association and its respective committee for reviewing my application and deciding to bestow upon me this prestigious award. I am extremely humbled to receive this particular type of recognition from a university that I love so dearly. When I came to Auburn many years ago, it was a place that I believed could provide me the quality of education that I desired to have. I believed it could prepare me for the world that I was going to go into and have the impact that I ultimately desired to have. But what I didn't know is how much I would fall in love with Auburn University. Auburn University is a place where I learned how to be a man. It's a place where I learned to value and the value of hard work. It's also the place where I met my wife of 20 years now. And I want to thank her at this particular point in time, because had it not been for the selfless dedication and sacrifice of my wife, Valerie, and our sons, Caleb and Judah, I would not have the opportunity to go forth and have the impact globally that I've been able to have. So again, I thank those of you who saw fit to nominate me and those of you who saw fit to award me. And I especially like to thank my mother and my father, who have always been supportive of me in my academic and professional endeavors. And so again, as I said, when I came to Auburn, I believed in it, but I didn't know how much I would love it. And now after all these years and I've been away, I still believe in Auburn and love it even more than I did many years ago. Thank you again for this award.
Dr. Victoria David, nominated by the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences. Victoria David is a 1999 alum of Auburn University School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences who has worked at the University of Georgia in the College of Agricultural Sciences as a 4-H agent, diversity program coordinator, and director of diversity affairs over the past 10 years. In fall of 2020, Victoria began a new role at Morehouse School of Medicine in the Graduate Education in Biomedical Sciences program in helping produce scientists trained to teach and conduct research, with an emphasis on underrepresented minorities. She continues her service to Tuskegee as a member of the Department of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences and Advisory Board, and serves as a member of Auburn School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences Advisory Board.
The opportunity to come before you today as an Auburn Alumni Association 2020 Black Alumni Award recipient brings me great joy. It has been my pleasure to continue working with the university as a committed alum of the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences since my graduation in 1999. My service as a proud alum to the Auburn community includes my involvement on the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences Advisory Council and with the Black Alumni initiatives to advance diversity in forestry and wildlife studies. I would like to thank the Alumni Association, Dean Alavalapati, Kenneth Day, Dana Little, and Michelle Cole for including me in their very important diversity work with the Black Alumni Group in the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences. I also want to thank my forever mentor, Dr. Brenda Allen, and the School of Forestry Development Office, faculty, staff, and our awesome students for all they do to make Auburn the place that we know and love. Thank you again for this wonderful honor. War Eagle.
Charlene Evans, nominated by the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering. Charlene Evans is a 1986 graduate of Auburn University's College of Engineering with a degree in industrial engineering. She is currently Chief People Officer at Myrtle Consulting Group, where she leads both the internal people functioning for the firm as well as the people and organization practice. In her unique role, she is able to have a significant impact on Myrtle people's growth and development, while also continuing her love for helping clients address their business challenges. Over the years, Charlene has been a part of numerous diversity-focused panels and internal committees within the organizations in which she has worked. She is currently serving on the Auburn University Foundation Board and as a member of the Auburn OID Alumni Advisory Council.
Hello, everyone. I'm sure you all share in the feeling that we would much rather be together in person to share the hugs, the laughs, and in all the fun that we always have at Black Alumni Weekend. But since we can't be together in person, I'd like to say thank you to the Auburn University Alumni Association for creating this event to allow us to come together in a different way. And for this recognition, I am so humbled. I'd also like to thank Dean Roberts and the College of Engineering for nominating me. My journey to Auburn started in engineering. The summer between my junior and senior year in high school, I attended the Minority Introduction to Engineering program. And it was during that summer and that program that I decided that I wanted to be an engineer and that I wanted to attend Auburn. Those decisions have really set the course for all that I've been able to accomplish. Lastly, I have to think of my dear parents who instilled in me from a very early age the importance of a college education. It was never a question of if you're going to college, it's where will you be going. They carried a very strong sense of pride in their children, and the PhD and college dean, the 3 masters, the 5 BS degrees, which they inspired. I am eternally grateful to them. Thank you all very much again for this wonderful recognition, and War Eagle.
Dr. Andre Harrison, nominated by the College of Education. Dr. Andre L. Harrison is a 2006 graduate of Auburn's College of Education who currently serves as the Vice President of Accreditation Services for COGINA, a nonprofit that accredits primary and secondary schools throughout the U.S. Dr. Harrison serves as the chair of the Academic Affairs Committee on the Auburn University College of Education National Alumni Council. He also has more than 25 years of experience as an adjunct university instructor and currently serves as an adjunct assistant professor of educational leadership for the University of Alabama. He has a passion for supporting institutions during their continuous improvement journey, and his areas of expertise include educational leadership, board governance, finance. human resources, and school improvement.
First of all, I'm thankful to the Lord for allowing me to represent Auburn over the years in such a positive way. I'm also grateful and humbled by the National Auburn Alumni Association for honoring me today for such an outstanding award. It means a great deal to me. I'm also grateful to my wife and daughter for supporting me over the years as I was able to support Auburn. Since 2003, I have been committed to Auburn, whether I was in graduate school or now serving on various committees and activities when called upon by the university. During my days at Auburn, I remember being in an educational cohort. And the number one thing that our professor said to me, one in particular, Dr. Cindy Reed, often said that you are now part of the Auburn family, and you will always be part of the Auburn family. That still holds true today. As Vice President of Accreditation Services for Cognia, I have the opportunity to travel around the country supporting institutions and educational partners. While I'm traveling, whether I'm on site or even just walking through an airport, I'm amazed by the number of Auburn University graduates or people in graduate school telling me, War Eagle, you're representing our university well. You're part of the Auburn family. And it's just an honor again to see that family atmosphere throughout the country and around the globe that Auburn has created. So today I thank you, and always, War Eagle.
Sonia P. Jenkins, nominated by the College of Sciences and Mathematics. Sonia P. Jenkins is a 1992 graduate of the Auburn University College of Science and Mathematics who currently serves as the Chief of Operations at the Advanced Project Consulting, a defense company that provides professional services in the area of engineering, aviation, logistics, and IT cyber support. As the COO, she develops the strategies, processes, standards, and workflows for success program execution across the country. Sonia currently serves on the Auburn University Student Affairs Development Board, is a member of the COSAM Leadership Council, and was named to the inaugural cohort of the Black Alumni Council. She is a sustaining life member of the Auburn Alumni Association and a recurring donor to the Auburn University Foundation.
War Eagle, I'm honored, still a little overwhelmed, but truly grateful to have been selected as one of the 2020 Black Alumni Award recipients. Special thanks to Dean Nick Giordano and all of you in the College of Science and Mathematics who thought enough of me to nominate me for this honor. We all owe a debt of gratitude to the Black pioneers who paved the way for us to celebrate as Black Auburn alums. To Dr. Harold A. Franklin, who in 1964 broke the color barrier at Auburn University, thank you, sir. To the Black alumni who fought tirelessly and worked hard to establish the first official Black Alumni Weekend in 2016, thank you for your perseverance and tenacity. It's amazing to think that what started as a jam-packed 8-day weekend has been transformed into a full-fledged university reunion weekend celebration. And I look forward to the time when we can all get together, celebrate, laugh, reminisce, and maybe even have a good old War Eagle time at the Church of Foy. And thank you to the Reunion Planning Committee for your hard work and creativity and innovation in getting us together in spite of social distancing. I have to shout out my home chapter, the Kappa Upsilon chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you for always giving me a place to call home when I return to the Plains. To this year's Black Alumni Award recipients, previous year's winners, and all distinguished Black alums with award-worthy accomplishments, thank you so much for inspiring and motivating me to become a more engaged and active alum. There is much work to do, but with all hands on deck, we can do it together. Thank you again. God bless, and War Eagle.
Shanice Kelleher, nominated by the College of Human Sciences. Shanice Kelleher is a 2013 graduate of the College of Human Sciences who works in high visibility brand marketing roles at the headquarters of Marriott International, Hilton Worldwide, and Choice Hotels International. When Kelleher isn't cheering on the Auburn Tigers, she enjoys providing leadership training and building networking skills of professional women in the Washington, D.C. region. She has a passion for diversity initiatives and even pens children's picture books that highlight diverse main characters. In addition to her Auburn degree, she holds a Master's of Liberal Arts from Harvard University.
War Eagle, I'm Shanice Kelleher, and I'm so honored to be accepting the 2020 Black Alumni Award. While I wish we could all be back on the plains, I'm hoping we can reunite for next fall's awards to celebrate in person. Thank you to the College of Human Sciences and Dr. Douglas for nominating me for this award. My time at Auburn in the hospitality management program has been vital to my brand marketing career at the headquarters of Marriott, Hilton, and Choice Hotels. I am proud that Auburn has diversity initiatives such as Black Alumni Weekend, and I'm doing my part too. As a new mom and a passionate writer, I've recently launched a children's book imprint, Soaring Kite Books, to increase diversity in children's literature. Children's books with Black main characters only make up 12% of the industry, and my newly launched book, Dear Mama's Loving Arms, and upcoming releases will add to this. Thank you, and War Eagle.
Abra Lee, nominated by the College of Agriculture. Abra Lee is a 2002 graduate of the College of Agriculture and a 19-year veteran in the field of horticulture. She is the creator of Atlanta-based Conquer the Soil, LLC, which uses storytelling to create interest in horticulture, build community, and engage new and diverse audiences. A blogger, writer, and educator, and speaker, she has experience working as a county extension agent with the University of Georgia, where she served the gardening, urban agriculture, and natural resource needs of 1 million citizens of Fulton County, Georgia. She also was the landscape superintendent for George Bush Intercontinental Airport and a landscape manager at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta Intercontinental Airport, where she used unconventional thinking to build an award-winning horticulture program from scratch.
Hello, Auburn University family. I express a deep and sincere appreciation to the College of Agriculture and Dr. Amy Noel Wright in the Department of Horticulture for nominating me for the Black Alumni Award. Most important, I thank my parents, Vivian Lee and Hilliard M. Lee Jr., for making the sacrifice that allowed me the privilege of an education at Auburn University. Auburn helped me embrace failure, and for this, I am forever grateful. May this award serve as a reminder that the fight for justice continues. I dedicate this to Breonna Taylor and Black women who have senselessly lost their lives due to systemic racism in the American criminal justice system. All Black lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Auburn, I love you. I thank you. War Eagle forever.
Dr. Wade Scott, nominated by the Harrison School of Pharmacy. Wade Scott is a 1976 graduate of the Harrison School of Pharmacy who has owned and operated Scott's Health Mark Pharmacy in Macon, Georgia since 2007. Scott is a certified diabetes manager and immunization certified. Scott has supported pharmacy students through his guidance and supports the Auburn University Harrison School of Pharmacy program as a lifetime member of the Auburn Alumni Pharmacy Affiliate Group. Scott specializes in customized medicine and tailoring prescriptions to the individual customer's needs while working with as many insurances as possible and providing training to his staff to administer immunizations.
To my War Eagle family, thank you for selecting me as recipient of the 2020 Black Alumni Award. I am honored to have been nominated by the Harrison School of Pharmacy. As the past owner of 2 community-based pharmacies in Middle Georgia area, I credit my business success and my community involvement to the education I received from Auburn. Recently, I passed the torch of ownership over to my son. I am humbled by your selection and grateful for this recognition. Thank you. War Eagle.
I want to give one last congratulations to all of our award recipients. Your achievements are truly remarkable. As we close, I'd just like to give special thanks to our sponsors for making this week possible. And thank you as well to our Black Alumni Week Committee for your planning such a wonderful event. We could not do it without you. And lastly, thanks to each of you for watching and for being a part of this special event. War Eagle!